What is good? What is popping, everybody? Hope you're all having a great day. Today, I got a real good video for you guys. New World is apparently finally coming out with a patch that isn't just bug fixes, and this is like some really amazing stuff that's coming, dude. I'm not even lying. PvP, war, territory updates, and all that stuff. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go through it together, talk about it. I want to hear all your guys' thoughts and concerns, and if you guys are excited because this is like awesome. This is some great stuff that I've been waiting for from New World. I talked about it in my last video. I really was wondering when we're going to get to the point where we're going to be getting stop getting bug fixes every patch, and instead we're going to start getting stuff that actually furthers the game and gives us some new stuff in the game. And so this looks like this is the first step in the right direction. So before we get started, though, you already know if you are enjoying this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy this kind of content and gets out to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already. We just finished doing a video every day for the rest of October. It was awesome. We got a really great community growing here. Shout out to you guys. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate you guys. So subscribe down below and be part of this family. With that being said, guys, let's get right into the video. So like I said, this is a forum post that's coming out for about PvP, war, and territory like control. I'm going to leave a link for it in the description below for you guys to check out yourself, but we're going to go over it together here. It's from this Zin Ramu guy. Today I wanted to provide an update on the health and status of Vision, PvP, war, and the territory control metagame. Before they dive in, I want to apologize for all the issues we've seen so far in war. Thank you for your patience as we work to resolve them. I know there have been some serious lag issues in war and a number of exploits, including the invulnerability exploits, that have marred your experience. We've made an initial set of changes to address some of these issues and are working on some higher impact changes. I need more testing. It's a top priority for the team to get the war to a stable performance state where the skill and coordination of the best team determines the outcome. Let's start by reiterating our high level vision. We want to create a game where PvP and PvE not only coexist but support each other. We also want wars, not ganks, meaning we want to support meaningful PvP and war and the open world conflict between the three factions. So, first little thing, it's really awesome that they're just being transparent. I talked about this before in my last video. People were like doubting that New World, like this gold depletion bug, was maybe from the closed beta and that they were just lying about it. But as you can see here, like they're not afraid to just be honest and be like, yo, there's been some really terrible things that have gone through. It's definitely scarred some people's experiences and people have quit the game, and we just apologize. It's like really it's hard, but they are fixing them. And this is what I was saying. Like New World cares about this game. People that say that they don't, I don't know what you're talking about. Like this is obviously to me, they could just not say anything. They don't have to apologize. They could just try to put out more stuff and not say anything. But here they are just being honest, like, hey, yeah, we messed up, and here's our apology, and here's what's to come because we are going to get this better. And then this Wars Not Ganks is good. I know that can be kind of a thing where in open world you just have more Zergs going around ganking people rather than actually being like small skirmishes and stuff like that. In wars, same things with exploits and stuff like that. It could just be one side completely just exploiting or dominating one other side. So hopefully there's some addresses for that. Let's get into open world PvP. This is probably my favorite thing. Open world PvP is something that I love, and I wish it was more apparent in this game. But obviously, the rewards haven't been really worth it. So in here, they talk about we feel open world PvP is in an okay position, but has room to improve. I greatly agree. The rewards for flagging while leveling up are good. The 10% XP bonus makes a difference. It does. And the rewards for PvP kills are meaningful. I agree with this. At the end game, however, the rewards for flagging are not good. 100% agree. Like flagging 60 at 60, there's no point in doing it really, other than just if you want to go open world PvP. But it actually can even make it like worse for you than it actually can be fun. So there are two changes coming in the short term that should help. The first, that we are going to increase the luck of players when flagged. Y'all, let's talk about that for a second. Just for flagging, you're gonna have a straight up luck increase. Now that means that if you're going in like Merkguard, farming elite zones and chests and stuff now, you're for sure going to be seeing way more people flagged because you get a luck increase. And if you're trying to increase your high watermark system gear score and everything, you're for sure going to be doing this because it just gives you flat out luck. I am interested in seeing how much luck it is. I hope it's a meaningful amount. If it's like 0.5% or 1%, it needs to be way higher than that. But I also hope it's not super high. I don't hope it's like 10, 15, 20% to where it makes it so other gear and having all that kind of stuff doesn't even really matter for getting rare drops, and you just get it like nothing. Like I hope there's a good middle, but I really hope it's like I think of like a 3, 4, 5% is a pretty good area. Let me know what you guys think down below. What you guys think? I'm thinking 3, 4, 5% is like a pretty good because some gear pieces are like 3 and 4%. So I feel like it's just adding an extra piece of gear that you can have. I think that's, at least in my opinion, pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down below for the percentage. This would be an important and lasting benefit for flagging. I absolutely agree. Second, we are going to reduce the durability damage of gear when flagged. This will reduce the risk of flagging a bit, especially endgame gear repair costs. Now, I agree with this. sort of. I think gear repair costs are pretty high, but I don't really care about the durability damage. I know that there's some people, and I might even get some hate in the comments, that they don't want their inventory damaged when they die. I don't really care or mind it. I don't. I think it's a fine kind of mechanic if you think about it. But I do agree that the gear cost, like the gear repair cost, is kind of high. So this kind of supplements it. I'm on board with it. I don't. Here's the thing. I'm not upset that they're decreasing durability damage. I just don't care about that. Like I care more about how much it can cost to repair your stuff. So the durability damage, if it makes the lower repair cost, then I'm down for that. In the medium term, we will also adjust the rewards for PvP kills at 60 so they can enhance the player's high watermarks. More checkout on our post on Highwire. I can't even finish that sentence properly. Do you know how awesome that is? Now, if for those of you guys that don't know, when you're flagged for PvP and you kill somebody and they get downed, if you can kill them before they give up, right? When you die, you can press E to give up. If you can like finishing blow them before they do that, there's a chance of gear to be dropped. Now, this is saying that you're going to be able to increase your high watermark gear score with that. So that's really cool. Now, I don't know the likelihood and stuff. Like they're probably not even giving us percentages, but I just think that's awesome that you can actually get rewarded for killing people now, and it actually like substantial increase, right? They can actually like increase your overall watermark, which is awesome. Longer term, expect a new open world activity that flagged players can participate in, and that we hope spurs and rewards some smaller scale engagements across the tournament. That's awesome. Now, I all down for activities, open world stuff. I've been wondering if they're going to add like open world events and stuff. I wonder if it's going to be like elite drops down and you have to be fly to be able to fight it, but other people can be there around there and you fight over to see who can get the kill the elite. I wonder if they're going to be doing like a territory. A week is going to have like increased bonuses if you're flagged in open world. We're going to see if that's really awesome. I'm super excited to see that. I think these open world changes are awesome. There's nothing about these that I'm even upset about in the slightest. I'm just so excited that there's finally some incentive to do open world PvP. I know people have been talking about it since before the closed beta, and people were wanting just like one of these things, right? People were just saying, just give us something, just one thing to give us incentive to flag up, and now they give us like 4 things. So that's really awesome. I'm super, super happy about these changes here. Now, I'm just wondering when all these changes are going to be coming through, but nonetheless, this is going to be an awesome change. I think it's going to really help out the game. In addition to rewards, we understand there are some gameplay issues with open world PvP. Currently, it's hard to know whether players in your faction are fight or not. This can make it difficult to know whether or not you have backup and assess whether you should engage or not. We are aware of this issue and working on a fix. We also understand combat tactics can be difficult since the visuals of all area effect spells are the same. So it's difficult to know whether a spell is from an ally or an enemy. Unfortunately, this is not a trivial fix. It will require a significant code update and numerous asset changes. While we agree this is an issue, this will take substantial work and investigation and will not be resolved soon. Now, I understand this completely. The thing is that people like the way Ice Storm looks, but the reason why is because of the color it is and the particles to it, right? And so if you're trying to change the color of it and all that stuff to be any specific, ally specific, and all that kind of stuff, it is a little difficult. I haven't heard many people talk about this as a problem, and I personally don't think it's that big of one. But I definitely can see how it is an issue, and at least they're saying that they see that it's an issue, but it's just gonna take some time to fix it. So that's cool that they're talking about that. It's just not thankfully it's not a problem that I feel like a lot of people talk about. If you guys disagree, let me know down below. But I personally haven't seen too much of this being an issue yet. Now we're moving on to war, and as we all know, war has been a bit of an experience. As stated above, the lag and exploits in war have hurt the experience. Like I just said, with the patch coming out this week, most of the major issues should be resolved. That's awesome to hear. There's so many bugs right now that it's just people making people rage quit the game, and it's bad. But at least they're saying that this patch is going to have this. It's going to be resolved. There have been some complaints about war happening too often. There's a 24-hour cooldown between wars, and with war windows, that means war happens at most every 2 days per territory. Players can also delay this through the influence race, which is now more viable since we fixed the escalating influence issue. Yeah, that was a weird issue. I don't know if you guys know about it, but essentially, when territory gets flipped, you're supposed to get decreased influence for a little bit of time, but instead you were getting increased for a while when a territory got flipped. So it was increasing. It was making it like literally every 2 days on repeat territories being flipped. So that was a weird issue, but yeah, that got resolved a little bit ago. Overall, we think a war every 2 days is a good cadence, but please continue to let us know what you think. We are seeing war fatigue from factions which funnel a group of players in every war. While we love this cooperation, having one company or one company's worth of players own multiple territories should be very hard, and it is not what we are balancing war cooldowns toward. So this is cool. Essentially, what this is saying here is, I know there's been some talk amongst people like bigger companies that own either have like system sister companies or just own 2 or 3 territories, and it was hard to kind of keep up with it because you were getting attacked on all three. Now it does apparently seem that they don't want to have companies owning really more than one territory, or if you do, it's going to be extremely hard. And I agree with this. I like the idea that one company can't monopolize the whole territory. It allows for either smaller companies or other companies kind of to come up and be able to take control more easily. Now, I agree with this pretty wholeheartedly as far as their vision on it, and it's cool that they're saying that they they want the cooperation, but they don't want companies like they're acknowledging that we like when companies can kind of come together and really accomplish something, but they don't want it to be the part where other companies don't stand a chance if you're not big enough. We are also continuing to review balance with war. Defenders are winning more often than attackers, which is what we want. Currently, defenders win around 80%. That's kind of high. We want to reward defending companies that build up their ranks and upgrade their forts, but we will keep an eye on balance as we resolve the major exploits and make sure that both sides have a fighting chance. We know that communication, coordination, war is not optimal at the moment. It is hard to know what role participants in war have chosen, so it makes coordination difficult. We will begin investigating ways of addressing these issues, but don't have anything planned in the near term. So this with the defenders, I think absolutely, of course, a defender should be definitely have a little bit of an edge. I think 80% is a little high in my opinion. I think something more like a 65, 70% chance is like my ideal situation because I want attacking to still have meaning for it. If you're thinking about 80%, it's 8 out of 10 chances of you not getting anything. And sometimes attacking does take a lot. So I'm all for defenders having the advantage. I just do think 80% is a little high. And as far as this is just the coordination isn't great in wars, and they want to help out, but there's nothing planned for the near term. So probably in the next couple of months we'll have better stuff about this. Right now, if you are having a problem, I think the biggest thing I can recommend is being in a Discord. A lot of different factions have a company or have faction servers on Discord. So just I would type in global or faction chat and talk to them through there, because I'm sure there's a Discord that you guys can talk through if you want to try to do wars. Um, Now, territory control says overall, we are seeing territories change hands with decent regularity. As stated above, we want to favor the defender, and seeing a good spread between factions on most servers. We do have 2 systems in place to help with faction balance. We allow players to switch factions, but don't allow them to switch to the dominant faction. We know this. We also increase the influence the underdog factions earn for PvP missions to give them a better chance of declaring war. Yep, these are things we know, but we may need to do more. We are watching faction balance on all servers. If it becomes a general problem, we have a few ideas to help resolve it in interesting ways. That's cool. I know people like on my server, purple is actually the lowest like faction on there, and Covenant's actually the top tier. And I know that sometimes it's opposite on other servers. So, and it can be kind of unfortunate when there's a dominant faction and then the other factions don't really have a fighting chance. So hopefully these interesting ways. I am interested to see what they have to say and what their ideas could be. We are also aware that some territories, I'm looking at you, Everfall, produce a ton of tax income, while other towns can be much harder to support and upgrade. There's a change coming soon that will help distribute a main tax income stream to every territory. We want to review the impact of this change before we make further changes, but there are some other changes that could be made in medium term if this is insufficient. So, as we probably all know, in pretty much every server that I've known, Everfall and Windsor are like the 2 main trading hubs. And while there's nothing wrong with that, the other ones aren't as good. Like I know, I think is it Weaver's Phantomite is one of the right hand territories, has literally tier 2 everything because it just doesn't make enough money to even support stuff. So I'm interested to see how this works. This could hopefully doesn't take away from main trading hubs. I think having a main trading hub, like a couple of those cities and settlements, are pretty cool. I don't want to see every single one having a bunch of money to be like the greatest thing, because that just seems like it could take away from hard work in other places. But we're just going to have to see. This is still a cool change in my opinion. It sounds like they're just trying to make sure that territories all have a meaning and can actually upgrade, but hopefully it's not too crazy. And the last bit of good news for all the territory flippers out there are some new PvP mission types coming to the game soon. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. This is something I've been talking about since like closed beta. When I did my first PvP missions and I turned them on and they're like, oh, you need to go over here. I was in first light. I will always remember these. It's in first light. You go up to the very top. They want you to cut down trees in an area. In that same area, while you're cutting down the trees, they want you to be there for a minute and a half. And then there's also a note you need to grab, or there's a little thing you need to like search something, and then there's a note you need to grab, and those are all the PvP missions. And I'm like, how is that a PvP mission? Those sound like other just regular faction missions that I should be doing. PvP missions, they just are saying that PvP missions are just turning on PvP and then going from there. I think PvP missions have been needed to be fixed for a while, or at least add some like killing players. Like, how is there not a PvP mission to kill 5 players? That just doesn't make sense to me. So it's really awesome to see these things being added in. That these changes serve two purposes: adding some much needed variety of PvP missions, exactly, and help to distribute the PvP action to multiple locations to spread out some of the large PvP zergs we're seeing. Please let us know what you think about these changes when they go live soon. So this looks like, I don't know. We're going to talk about the in a second, but they said that they go live soon. So I wonder if like this is coming out before all the rest of the stuff. No, they have been pretty ambiguous about times. They haven't said stuff like exactly a date. They just said soon or not in the near future or whatever. But this says right here soon compared to some other stuff. So I'm wondering how much of this is coming and how soon. But these PvP zergs, essentially, it's like, if it's all go up to go to this area and stay there for a minute and a half, you might have 10 Covenant players all fight and only 2 Marauders. And it's like, well, the 2 Marauders are just going to die. And again, I don't feel like PvP missions, not only they don't give anything, I don't feel like they give any rewards, and they're just not even actual PvP missions. Now I'm hoping that with these new PvP missions coming soon, I also hope the rewards equate it. It's obviously going to be harder to get 5 player kills than standing and cutting down a tree for a minute and a half or whatever. So hopefully the rewards are also pretty good. But anyway, guys, it ends up here saying bye. Thanks for reading. Please feel free to post any follow-up questions, concerns you might have. I'll try to address the top issues in a follow-up in a few days or a week's time. So if you guys have anything, make sure you go down and put this, your comments and your concerns and all that stuff in here, so they can actually know what we have to say. I say this a lot. I said this in my last video, but when people have issues, I feel like you should be telling Amazon rather than just ranting about it. Especially just ranting about it on the forums doesn't do any good. If we want this game to succeed, we have to try to give positive criticism or constructive criticism at least. So anyway, that's gonna do it. I think you guys let me know what you guys think down below. I am like unbelievably stoked off these changes. This is probably the best thing I've seen Amazon come out with since before even close. Like, it's just, I can't even describe how ecstatic I am. I think overall PvP stuff is like what I am just like. I am so unbelievably stoked and so happy for this. I cannot wait to try these out when they come in. This increase in your high watermark and the rare and all this, that's just awesome. And the little participate and the new whatever activity they do, it's just awesome. I cannot wait. Let me know what you guys think is what's your favorite down here. Are you happy with the war, the territory control, the open world PvP? I'm also, truth be told, just happy that it seems that we're finally getting changes that are improving the game that aren't just bug fixes. Like, I'm all for obviously getting bug fixes as soon as possible, but the problem is that every patch has essentially just been more bug fixes than anything. And it's just awesome to finally see some stuff that's coming that's actually just going to improve the game. I am wondering when we're going to get stuff like the Void Gauntlet. I thought that was going to be coming sooner than not. When we're going to see our next dungeon. I don't know how far away the next zone is out and all that stuff. So anyway, nonetheless, I'm super excited. Let me know what you guys what I think down below. I'm just lost words. I'm finally happy that we're seeing some good stuff. If you already know, if you did enjoy this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. This was an awesome video, and I hope you guys got something good out of this. Subscribe if you haven't already. I got so much more New World content coming. I know a lot of people are giving up on this game, but I'm so in this for the long haul. This even reinvigorated my belief more. I was already pretty much still supporting Amazon, and now this is really just getting me the ball rolling again for me. So anyway, guys, I think that's gonna do it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, take it easy.